What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the beautiful beaches of Galveston, Texas. It is Sunday, February 19th right now, about 4 in the afternoon. We have about an hour and a half to fish. Like I said, we're on the beach right now. We got an incoming tide. We're a couple days post cold front, so the tide has been pushed out pretty far. You can take a look that way and see how big the beaches are right now. So the tide is still pretty far out, but we have an incoming tide this afternoon. The waves aren't too rough and there's not much wind. It's blowing under 10. So what we're doing is we're just down here casting out a single drop rig. I will show you all that setup in just a second. Tipped with some fish bites and live shrimp. 2-ounce weight is enough to hold today. And we're just trying to catch whatever bites. So already I've caught a couple little whiting, and I just had a bite on that rod as we were starting the intro, and it slowly bent over. So I'm thinking that could have been a small black drum or something like that. This time of year in the surf, you're lucky, really lucky if you catch a pompano. I mean, other than that, it's basically just whiting, pool reds, slot reds, black drum, and yeah, that's pretty much the main things that we're going after. So I'm gonna reel that one in. I'm gonna have to change the hooks because I don't have a circle hook on there right now, and I've already lost 2 fish on it. So definitely gonna need circle hooks for the surf. And that's it for the intro though. I'm done talking. Let me show you all the rig and let's get right to catching some more fish. So here's our setup right here. I'm just running 20-pound leader, 20 or 30 is perfect. Down to a single drop rig. We have a small circle hook coming off right there. Got some fish bites and a little piece of shrimp. And then about a foot below that, we have a 2-ounce pyramid weight. This time of year, the fish come in super close. It's not like in the summertime when you gotta get out to the third bar to catch anything. They're in here in the first gut, so you really can cast from shore. But because this shrimp is a little soft today and I don't want it to fly off, I walk out a little bit, maybe knee deep, cast from there, and that's what's been working. So let me go cast this out and see if we can get hooked into something. The tide's pushing it real strong already. When we got here, our pole hold is right here. We're out of the water, and now it's already coming up, about to touch the back of the truck. So that's really good. A moving tide is exactly what we want for catching fish. The more tide movement, the more bites we get, typically. So let's get that other one rigged up, and then we'll have both these poles out, and it shouldn't take long. Also, the other problem that we're facing today is seaweed right here. I think we have a fish on that rod, but real quick, we got to fight off the seaweed, although there's not that much. This rod has been out there for a while, but hold on. Less talking, let me go catch the fish. Whenever you get a bite, your rod's obviously either going to bend over, or a lot of times they'll go slack. This rod's super slack, but it's to know that we had a bite. I don't know if it's still on here. Using these big rods like this, it's really hard to feel those little whitings sometimes. We'll see if he's on here though. I think there might be one. If you're going to come out here and do this, you definitely don't need a long surf rod like this. A lot of times I'll just bring my typical inshore setup, and it's plenty to handle whatever you're going to do. Yeah, we got a little baby whiting. Smallest one of the day so far, but it's kind of what we're after right there. Obviously, we'd like his bigger brother. That'd be a good live bait for a bull red, but it's his lucky day. He's gonna go back. We're gonna put on a new piece of shrimp, cast back out, see if we can catch a bigger one. Back to the seaweed real quick. I feel like I'm doing a lot of talking right now, but back to the seaweed real quick. Typically, we've been getting bites quicker than the seaweed has been getting on the line. So a lot of times when you're out here, if you're not getting bites within 5 or 10 minutes of your line being out, you might want to try a new spot. Especially in the winter, especially for whiting, it's like there's just massive schools of them out there. You can catch a fish every single cast after your line's only been in the water for a minute. As y'all saw, I casted that one out, came over here, reeled this one up, and we already had a fish on it. We're just gonna rip the seaweed off. We'll just keep repeating this all day until we catch whatever we're looking for. Alright, we got bit on both rods. That rod got bit. I ran over there, was reeling it in. I think I missed a fish on that one, but I looked this way and this one was getting bit. I don't know if he's still on here, but we might as well reel it in and find out. We definitely have this fish right here. There he is. Another little whiting. They all seem to be about the same size. That one's getting bit again. Grab the fish, release it, we'll go catch that one back to back. Might have to put on a bigger piece of bait, try to catch a bigger one, but fish number like 10. Okay, we're gonna see if this fish is still on here. I think he is. I mean, both of these just hit the water. I didn't even have time to sit down after I cast them. And that's usually how it is during the winter. If you find the fish, they're gonna be biting like crazy. Oh, we lost it. Oh well, put on another piece of shrimp and try again. A lot of times, unfortunately, you do miss a bunch of bites. if you're missing a lot of bites, what I'd recommend doing is throwing a very small piece of shrimp. Downsize your hook, downsize your bait. Let's see if there's one on here. I don't think there is. I think it came off. Oh, there's one on here. Another little one. Oh gosh, that one just got smacked. Let's go back and get this one. There's two. Those were two pretty good casts. The great thing about whiting, I don't know if you can tell yet, but they'll hit super hard and you'll think you have something good, and then you go to reel it in, it's a little whiting. They really just like smack your rod, they'll bend halfway over, and then it just completely dies out and they stop fighting. So occasionally if you catch one of those big, 14, 15 inch ones, which is a really good sized whiting, they will fight all the way to the beach, but most of the time they just give up. Either way though, we cast both those rods back out. Let's see if we can hook into some more. I think we have a slightly better one here. It actually pretty hard. Oh, it is. Is that a whiting? It's a big one. Yeah, look at this one. That's what we're going for. Now, they do get bigger than this, but that is a solid whiting all the way around. If we were gonna be eating them, which we're just doing catch and release today, letting everything go, but if we were gonna be keeping them for the cooler, this one would be going home. It's a lucky day though. When they get to this size, they actually have some sharp little teeth. I don't know if you can see in there. Real little teeth, but they're super sharp and they'll tear your thumbs up. But that's a fat one. That one was fun. He actually fought a little bit. Still little, no more than 12 inches, but we'll let him go and catch hopefully a bigger one. Dude, I don't know what that is. Could be a fish stuck in a ton of seaweed. That's weird. I definitely felt something on there. Man, this dude, I bet you I can hit him with this rod when he comes by and smack him in the foot. Don't tell on me, it was a joke, guys. If I had to bet, this is just a bunch of seaweed. But there's definitely a fish on here. Looks like a little drum or something, but it's barely fighting. It's a huge mound of seaweed. Unfortunate. Let's see if there's a fish in the seaweed. Oh, there is. What is that? Oh, that's the biggest one yet. Look at that big old whiting. Dang, boy. That might be my biggest whiting ever. That's a freaking bull whiting. Oh, gosh, they're so strong, but how come they just don't fight when they're hooked? All right. Hold on, this is my biggest whiting I've ever caught. I just said we need to catch the big ones. The last one we caught was decent, and this one's big. Whoa. Y'all check that out. That's a heck of a whiting, guys. I wish I had a tape measure, or I didn't even bring my rod that has the measuring stick on it, but I mean, that has to be 15, 16 inches maybe. That's a big whiting. All right, we're gonna get a picture of that guy, and then he's going back. We're gonna get the release on this big guy right here. I'm gonna live another day. And I should have brought some ice for the cooler. And he's gone. Let's try to catch an even bigger one. I don't know if we can right now. Okay, so both of our lines went slack here. Went to reel this one in. Started reeling because it was super slack. As I'm reeling, all of a sudden, rod just gets smacked down. I'm not joking. I think something big, like maybe a bull red or something, came and just ripped that right off. Lost the hook and everything. So maybe not. Maybe it just happened to break, but I'm thinking that's kind of weird, It wasn't heavy, and then all of a sudden, it had gotten big because you could see it shaking, but it wasn't heavy, and then all of a sudden, bam, and and snapped clean off. This is only 20-pound leader, so could have had a little whiting bit on there, and then a bull red came up and smacked it. We'll never know. But we're gonna re-rig. A lot of seaweed has moved in on the beach. Every single time we cast out, there's just seaweed everywhere. So we seem to have a big pocket of seaweed coming around, but we're gonna give it a little while longer. I actually might catch a little whiting and put it. I have one more big rod. Put it on my big rod and see if there are in fact some bull reds out here, because that'd be pretty fun to hook into one of those guys. But we're gonna re-rig these for right now and see what happens. Okay, so I just rigged up my big rod right here that I'm gonna cast out for a bull red. What I have here is some 40-pound leader. We got a swivel going down to another swivel, down to about 2 more feet of 40-pound leader, and then our circle hook with our bait on right there. Right here we have a spider weight. I believe this is an 8 ounce. It is overkill for today. You don't need an 8 ounce, but it's all I can find in my bag, so it's what we're gonna be using. For the bait, we have half of a whiting. I just said a minute ago, after we broke off on that I was gonna catch a whiting for bait, and then immediately the next cast, we caught a nice little one. So cut it in half right there so the scents come out of it. We're gonna walk out here a little bit farther than we've been going, cast it out, try to get it right on the other side of that first gut, and we're gonna see if we can hook into something big. And in the last 10 minutes while I've been tying this up, don't look over here. The sun has came out and it has turned absolutely beautiful and warm. It was a little chilly when we got here, like 65 degrees, but I think it's about up to 70 right now, and it is beautiful. So a nice afternoon on the beach, the clouds moved off. Let's go ahead and see if we can catch a big old fish on this. Not at all my farthest cast, but where we got that bite where that one broke off was just about where I cast it. So in the winter, like I said previously in the video, the fish do come closer. That should be far enough out. And if not, I can always walk out a little more and try to get it over there. But we're gonna stick with that for about 30 minutes and see if we can hook into something. Okay, this one just got hit big time. It's kind of slowed down here. The tide kind of stopped moving. I still caught about 2 or 3 little ones, but it seems like a decent bite. I went out a little bit more, casted this one a little bit deeper than the previous few. Now we're gonna see if we hook into it. And pull back a little bit. Maybe it'll be something different than a whiting. Maybe we'll have a little drum or something. You never know. That. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, guys. When you start catching these, it's time to call it quits. That's a hard hit right there. To me, these are worse than a gaff top. At least a gaff top fights real good. These things, they just take your bait, run in big packs, and they won't leave you alone once they start biting. So we're gonna unhook this guy. I'm gonna try maybe 1 or 2 more casts, but I think that's gonna be it, and then we're gonna get out of here. But let's see if we can catch something else besides the worst thing that we could have possibly caught, which is a hard head. We're gonna rig up one last bait. Taking my shrimp, threading it on the hook in case I haven't showed you already. Just like that. That tends to keep them on right there. Then we'll just sling that out there, walk out about knee deep, sling that out there, and hopefully we hook into one last fish before we call it a night. Seaweed is actually cleared out a little bit, so it's nice. We're not getting tangled up anymore. Let's see what we can catch on this last cast. I think that was probably my best cast of the night right there. Really sent that one out there. We're gonna throw it in the rod holder. That's it. The rest is history. See how long that takes. Well, as soon as that thing hit the water, I didn't even make it halfway back to the chairs, and they're only 5 yards behind us, and it got big. I don't know if it's still on here. I hope it is. I think there's something on here. Oh yeah, good. One last whiting to end the night. There we go. I think that's gonna do it, guys. About the typical size we've been catching today, except for that one PV whiting, but a good little afternoon on the beach, a couple hours of fishing, and we're done. Swam off great. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're not already. Like always, guys, thank you so much to everyone who already is. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Until next time, peace.